Hello, welcome to Comcast Newsmakers, bringing you news and information from people making a difference in our communities. I'm Beverly Weaver, and joining me now is Erik Hansen, newly elected Adams County Commissioner. Congratulations to you, first of all, Commissioner.
Thank you, Beverly.
And let's begin with the fact that you are coming out of your last term as mayor of Thornton, so really a shift of duties for you. How does it differ working now in county government as opposed to running the city of Thornton?
Well, there's a lot of new challenges. You know, the county is really burdened in many ways with increased social services that the city doesn't have to deal with. And in this economy, we have more need for those kinds of things. You know, Adams County has the highest unemployment rate in the metro area, and in many ways faced with a lot of those kinds of challenges. It's about learning, you know, I suppose you could say, the new terminologies and getting up to speed with what's going on. But I think being the mayor of Thornton was a good preparation, so I'm looking forward to helping the people of Adams County.
Yeah, in terms of priorities for 2011, obviously entering a new year, Commissioner.
Sure.
Do you see things shifting or really just trying to manage what you already have on the plate in Adams County?
There's always managing somewhat of what you have on the plate. I mean, some of the things we're faced with are going to be some budget decisions, I think, in the next year. Property assessments are going to be down, which means that county government revenues are going to be down. The 2011 budget also puts in some additional reserves, and so when we look at what we're going to do in 2012, that's going to be a big challenge. I think that's important. Some of the things that I think are important to the voters today, when they told me during the election, issues of transparency, I think people are really frustrated with government right now. What we need to do, I think, as elected officials is focus on how we can get their trust back so they can believe in government again and what we can do to help them. And I think transparency and bringing people into that process is going to be a big part of bringing that trust back.
Right. In terms of upcoming issues that you anticipate seeing coming before the commissioners very quickly, anything that will be brought up quickly in 2011?
I think so. I think one of the big questions is going to be the Front Range Airport. People might know that in eastern Adams County that we have an airport, and it's always competed to a certain extent with DIA, and so the question is, what do we do with that? The county subsidizes that airport to the tune of about $1.2 million every year. That's a lot of money, and we really need to look at how that can be more of an economic development engine for creating of jobs, and probably shouldn't be subsidizing that anymore. I think that's going to be a big decision coming forward in the beginning of 2011.
Yeah, and in terms of creating jobs, you mentioned the unemployment rate being very high in Adams County. What do you do as a county commissioner to really attract businesses to Adams County as opposed to another county in Colorado?
That's a tough thing to do, but I think that what we need to do is focus on how we can create the right environment for jobs. Number one, I think we should work with the local private sector, be as friendly to business as we possibly can, reducing regulations and things like that might be attractive to our local business people. But in addition to that, focusing on our workforce development, making sure that people have the education that they need. Adams County traditionally has not had as high a percentage of college graduates as some of the other counties in the metro area, and I think focusing on how we can provide those training opportunities. And when someone's out of work, and construction has been our primary trade in Adams County, and now that obviously the housing market is depressed, fewer of those people are working. And so retraining people, helping them to learn new skills, I think is going to be a really important focus of the kinds of things we do in Adams County.
And what are some of the strengths, Erik, of Adams County?
Well, I think Adams County has a lot of good infrastructure. We have almost an embarrassment of riches in terms of transportation. E470, I-25, I-70, I-76, large amount of highway frontage, as well as water. And what I know about development is that you can't create business unless you have the infrastructure for them, and we're successful in that, as well as heavy rail. And I think that's one of the reasons why we've been able to attract in the vicinity some of the larger new energy type of employers. Vestas is right on the edge of Adams County, for example, and things like that. So those kinds of things are really important. You know, how can we look to the future and attract the kinds of jobs that we need with these emerging technologies and markets?
All right. Where can people go to get more information on Adams County?
If you want to go, we have a new website, actually. It's adcogov.org, and that was active just at the beginning of the year, and so go there, and that's our county website.
All right, excellent. Erik Hansen, the newly elected Adams County Commissioner, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Beverly Weaver.